Hello, hello, and welcome to Cookie Snack Attack with Seriously Sweet. I'm Amy Hicks, and I am your host this evening. How are you all doing? All right, now guys, this is not a normal night for me to live stream. Hello there, but I have been so wiped out since re-entry from CookieCon and so much going on here at the house that I just was not able to be with you last night. Like, it just wasn't possible. And truthfully, I'm going to do my very best to stay with you as long as I can tonight. But if my mom has a moment, I'll have to jump off of here, okay? Because I am with her by myself tonight. So we'll just see what happens. I might just leave the stream running open. If it is, you guys chat over in the area as I check on things. But before we miss out on this fantastic deal, I wanted to show you one more time the moldable royal icing that I used at CookieCon. So May says she has some in stock, and you can use a discount code tonight for 10% off while we're live, or at least for an hour. So let's say till 8 p.m. Might be good a little bit longer than that, but the code tonight, if someone can type it in for me, it is all capital letters. Give me just one sec, guys. I just want to make sure I read this to you properly. It is CookieCon Amy 10, CookieCon Amy 10, and that'll get you 10% off on her site. And if someone could please post the Shopify site, it's maysugarlady.myshopify.com. If you could post that so people can get on over there and order some of this fabulous product, I think they will absolutely love it. We had such a good time, and we had really fun classes, and my elective was on the last day of CookieCon, and my add-ons were on the first day of CookieCon. And so I had 2 days of prep in there, 2 days of classes, and 1 day I run around and visit with everyone. And then a 15-hour drive getting there and a 14-hour drive home. So as you can imagine, it was a very, very busy week, and just slap wore me out. And by the time I got home, there was a lot of things to take care of here, as I'm sure reentry at all of your houses was the same. So I hope everyone is resting. I think one more good night's sleep for everybody and all things back to the normal routine will help considerably. I hope you enjoyed that countdown video. That's a collaboration that we did in Cookie Snack Attack for the summertime. Our next one is going to be Halloween, and we'll have some more details about that shortly. So let's go ahead and say hi. A few of the comments. I'm going to show you how to mix this, and then that's going to be our video for tonight. But stay tuned for tomorrow. If all goes well tomorrow, I am going to be popping on and off all day long at unscheduled times to show you all of the awesome stuff from CookieCon, like things I purchased, gifts from our gift exchange, swag, trades. I'm just going to pop on and off and try and keep it divided so the videos aren't too long. Paula Johnson, if you are watching tonight, you will have some boxes, depending on if I can get it all in one, on the way to you shortly. Crystal, if you are on here, please post a comment over in the comment area so I can explain what happened at the cookie exchange. Because at the moment that I saw you, I couldn't quite remember what was going on. But I want to explain that there was a lot of chaos, and I was very, very overwhelmed there. So I wanted to just make sure that I reached out to you about that. If I don't see you on here tonight, I'll send you a message, okay? Camille, hey, it's good to see you. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Deborah, how are you doing tonight? Paula, good to see you. So we'll have things on the way to you. You will have a full set of the items that were in the large gift exchange and the small gift exchange that we did at our Cookie Snack Attack mixer, which was awesome. We had over 100 people there. So that group gathering at CookieCon is growing, and I think that's really fun. Hey, Sandra. Christina, how are you? Wish we could have spent some more time together, but maybe when I get back down to Florida. Hey, Amy, hope you are resting up. You desperately needed sleep as well, I know. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Myra, hi, it's good to see you tonight. Kathy, how are you doing? I hope all is well. I'm looking forward to CookieCon in Austin. I really can't stand that it's so far away. I mean, you guys realize it's more than a year from now, right? It's like a year and 2 weeks. It's kind of sad, but it's okay because that gives us time to have a spring retreat. So we'll be working on something, some kind of get together in the earlier part of the year, like April or May. Okay. Not Cookie Con, but a cookie snack attack with Seriously Sweet retreat. I know, I feel like I'm still recovering too. Hey, Mama's in the other room. Debbie, hello there. Hope Kelly, hello. Thank you. Polly, your name is showing up. It is showing. Hey, Whoopi, how are you doing? We're going to start tomorrow, Kathy. You should see the pile. Like, I have it separated into 4 piles here in the room. But tonight, I just want to show you how to mix this moldable royal icing if I get time. Hopefully my mom will cooperate and I'll be able to show you how to mix this because I don't want you to miss out on getting some of this with the discount. There wasn't anyone at CookieCon actually selling it this time. So I want to make sure that you see it. Okay. Hello there. Yep. CookieCon Amy 10 on May's Shopify. And here's May's link, which will be a live link after we hang up. Thanks, Debbie, for posting that. It'll get you 10% off. So definitely, hey, Lori, I'm glad to hear today that you're feeling better and getting through everything. Let me post this too. That I think takes you right to it. Hey, Jessie Ann, thank you guys to everyone who took classes from me at CookieCon. It was so awesome to be with you guys in person and to actually have a class in person. And your cookies turned out so beautiful. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Trisha, hey, Barbara. The exchange, you liked it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So, yeah, Paula, you'll have 2 full bags if that's what that's about. You'll have the full gift exchange on both sides. And it is a huge amount of stuff. I haven't even gotten through all of it yet. So that's why I want to show you online. And I will be posting a ton of pictures over the next couple days. Also, quick housekeeping. Hello there. Let me just say hi to everybody first. Hey, Sheila. It's good to see you. Trisha, hello. I know it's so much stuff. I love it though. It feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas in September to me. Hey, April, how are you? Classes, we had a great time, right? Hey, Barbie, how are you doing tonight? It was so good to see you getting around so well. I love that. So let me do this quickly just so I don't forget. This weekend on Saturday, around lunchtime, the pre-recorded backcountry camping class will drop into the group. If you paid for that class, you've been sent a link to go into the group. I'll be adding things over the next 2 days, but the pre-recorded video for the set will go in there. And let's just say we're going to play with fire again. How fun is that? I had so much fun in the Girls Gone Camping before Cookie-a-thon. I can't wait for you to have the information to do these additional cookies so you can mix your 2 sets. So I'm excited about that as well. And then at CookieCon, just a reminder, wanted to say thank you to everyone who took this class. So many fun things about this class, and a lot of techniques. You guys were great with that. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew to scan your boxes and get in the group for Be the Sparkle if you took this class at CookieCon, because there will be some bonuses in there for you between now and the end of the year. Some things we're going to drop in. And then this is the class that I taught with the moldable royal icing. And I have applied to do something different in Austin. But it'll be something that will help your productivity, your volume, cooking for profit, like doing things faster. So it'll be something along those lines in that class. Not sure if I'm going to apply to do an add-on or not because it is in Austin. So that's a pretty good drive. And, you know, the class is just when you have to ship things and pay holding fees and all that kind of stuff, it just takes so much away from anything that you might make on a class if you do this for a living, that add-ons might not be possible for me in Austin, but we're going to see. Okay. So I'm not saying I'm not applying for that, just saying that, that it is not out of the realm of possibility. Hey, Sean, how are you? Fine, but Allison and I will not be there. Where are you? What are you talking about, Debbie? Oh, at the house. Oh, you won't be here while I'm recording. That's funny. Well, Allison, I guess, could come over while I'm recording, but the recording isn't being done on Saturday. I know. I like these so much, you guys. All right, so let's stay on track just so I don't have to rely on my mom's patience too much this evening. You know, it's hard when your caregiver shifts in and out, and she had some changes this week with me not being here, so I don't want to press my luck and keep her alone too long in there. She's watching a TV show or a game show or something right now, so I have to be finished when that's finished, and then I'll pop on and off tomorrow. So this is the Moldable Royal Icing, which is it's a powder basically to prepare moldable sugar paste and royal icing together, which is why you get such great time. How can I not have? Oh, you know what? I bet I haven't pulled my scissors out of my teacher toolkit yet. Give me a second. This is just going to take me a sec longer because I have to separate it instead of cutting it. I'll use my penknife to cut this open. I love this stuff though, and I think everybody really enjoyed this class. Everyone that took it, I have gotten lots and lots and lots of messages. And Crystal Richardson, are you here tonight? If you are, please check in over on comments. So by the last night, after electives were over, trying to clean up classroom breakdown, that was the same night as Carmen's gift exchange. So initially I had Crystal completely, I believe it's Crystal, completely replace me in the cookie exchange. Hey, Charlotte, for Carmen's cookie exchange. I had her completely replace me because I couldn't bake my own cookies. But then with the hurricane and other stuff that was going on, so many people were dropping out of the groups that when I reached out to Carmen to see if she wanted me to fill the spots, I told her that I had a friend that had volunteered to bake my cookies and I could decorate them when I got there, since it was not happening until the last night, if she was okay that I didn't actually bake my cookies. It was going to be my recipe and everything. I just wasn't going to be the one baking. And so she said yes. And then I also tried to find her 2 or 3 people, but Crystal was there when I checked in and she was like, I thought I was replacing you. And you really were replacing me, Crystal. Your name should have been on the list as your own name from the original replacement. By the way, I'm just scooping Moldable Royal Icing into a 5.5-ounce condiment cup, because one of the great things about this is that you can make as much or as little as you want, and that'll make your product go further. So I'm just going to fill up about half of this cup with dry powder, and then we're going to mix it, because the main thing is that you get to the right consistency. So anyway, your name should have also been on that list, and then they added me back once I got approval to still participate, even though someone else was going to bake my recipe for me. So you should have been on there, but people were dropping like flies. And our group in particular, the orange group, had like 4 or 5 spots open. So between you replacing me and then her, Carmen, saying it was okay to have someone else bake for me so that I could still participate. But I couldn't find you again because I was so confused and so tired. And I was confused your name wasn't on the list, because that was supposed to be handled between you and Carmen's people. So that should have been updated, but then they added me back too. And then I couldn't find you because it was it was absolute chaos up there. It was very crazy. So anyway, I apologize for that. I did try to find you again while we were there, but I didn't see you. But so I hope you got to participate. And if not, I'll be happy to share cookies with you. I shared some with Debbie because she dropped all mine in the boxes for me because I could hardly move. It was so crazy. Yeah, Lavelle, on the box, there's 3 QR codes. Okay, so check those out. And that'll take you right to the groups. Hello, hello. So hopefully that helps explain a little bit. So this is my Moldable Royal Icing, okay? And let me show you something fun that I got while I was out. Of course, I had to stop at Buc-ee's. There was 3 between my house and Florida, 2 in South Carolina, or 1 in South Carolina, 2 in Florida. So you know how I like to use the little shot glasses that I pick up to hold Everclear when I'm painting or to rinse my brushes out in? Well, sometimes I have trouble with them because the bottom, they're good for on camera because of the size, but sometimes I have trouble because the bottom is more narrow than the top. So if the brush is a little heavy or a little tall, it can knock them over and make a mess. So they had this really cute little Buc-ee's. Okay, I need you to go. This really cute little Buc-ee's shot glass that's barrel shaped. So it has a nice wide solid bottom. So if you see this in the videos, it came from the CookieCon Orlando trip. And then I also got this because, and don't laugh, Don't laugh. I bought this because I keep spilling stuff because I don't have my big table in place yet, which has a cup holder actually attached to it. So this table doesn't. And so this will get passed on to some little person that I know after my cookie room is all fully updated when everything's moved in. But they had this really cute hot pink little Bucky sippy cup. So I thought two things. Okay, well, I'm not going to spill at the work area. So that's good for when I'm doing videos. And when I'm doing videos, it'll keep me from chewing ice because I love to chew ice. So anyway, that was another purchase. And then while we were there, we visited Wally World to check out, to get our groceries and stuff for the room. And so they had a whole Universal section. Thank you again for everyone who contributed to send me to Magic Kingdom that day. We had a blast and it was a great relaxing time. And I made all kinds of sketches after that for things that I want to cookie. So anyway, they had this really cute Minnie Mouse hot pink and white cup with the straw and the bow and the ears. So I picked up one of those because my cookie in the holiday cookie exchange was a wreath with Minnie Mouse ears and then some sprinkles on it. So it was really cute. All right, let's get to mixing in case my mom decides to get up shortly. So cute, right? Let's see. Mimi, your name is not showing. It just says Facebook user this time. And I did have to do a bunch of updates. So cute, right? So anyway, I have a couple of new things at the workstation that may show up in the next few videos until everything's updated here. But I'm going to use a pipette. And I'm going to use a second cup. Let me just show you how we did this there because you don't need much water with this product. You would be tempted to add a lot and then you'll mess it up because with this product, to thicken it, you can only add product to product. So never make a whole bag at one time. Always hold about 25 to 30% in reserve in case you need to thicken it. Also, I would recommend only mixing what you need instead of making a whole bag. And if you do need a whole bag, try to mix it by hand so that you don't, burn up your mixer because I stripped a gear in a mixer. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Deborah, it's not my iron level. I don't know if I want to. Hey, Holly, I don't know if I want to say what it is in the video. My iron level's fine, but menopause is kicking my butt. So I just have to stay cooled off. So anyway, a little bit of water. This does not take much. You can see this is half of a 5.5 ounce container. This is one of the pipettes that comes in our class kits. I just push the bulb, pull up about 3 to 4 inches of water. I put that whole amount in there, and then I'm going to start to stir. And I'm just going to give you the quick version of what we did in class. So you see how it just disappears and you think you haven't added anything. And this is the same mistake that new cookiers make with royal icing. When they're thinning it, they go, oh, well, that didn't work. Let me put a whole bunch more, when really you're just the tiniest bit away from getting to where you need to be. But even right now, with the water in there, you can see it's not breaking it down very much. So let me use the pipette. I'm going to deflate the whole bulb, pick up the full amount again, and I'm going to put maybe about 1/4 of that in there, okay? You're only mixing this with water. You cannot mix this with another product, okay? It has to be a water base rather. Now, do you see how it's, okay, so I mixed in this cup on purpose because it has ridges in the bottom. So for new people, when you're teaching them how to use this, it's great to mix in a cup like this with ridges, because once you start to knead it together, you'll be able to get your cup totally clean. And that's how you'll know you're at the perfect consistency. So really good, coming together here nicely. I'm going to scrape this off, give it a few more turns in the cup. I might have to add just a smidge more product to it. When you thicken it, you don't thicken it with straight powdered sugar like you do your royal icing. You have to add the same product so that you don't change the consistency of it. And another huge tip to know about this, doesn't affect you if you're freehand sculpting with this. But if you are using it in a fondant mold, which you know we all love, I have over 1,000 of them. I think they're wonderful, and they're wonderful places to learn to start sculpting from, to start learning bases and proportions and things. But you use the tiniest bit of Crisco, just as if you were like using Carmax lip gloss. you know, just a little bit, not chunks, and you just slick that mold up a little bit, and then you do your molds in there. And we do have other videos in the group. May did a couple and I did a few too. So on the YouTube channel is the easiest place to find that. And Renee, I am so glad to hear that. And I am not sure, did we run into each other at CookieCon in Florida? Because I thought you were going to be there and I was looking for you. But I don't know if we actually ended up running into each other or not while we were there. I don't know if I actually got to see you. So just tell me. Please don't be offended, anybody. Like if I saw you and I knew you, but I couldn't remember names. I was exhausted by the time I got there, and it didn't let up the whole time I was there. So I probably should have taken another day on the beginning or another day on the end, but I needed to get home. So I'll get some rest. All right, so let's go back into this. You can add color to this by doing gel colors, the same way we would color fondant. But I prefer to color this with dry powders. I think it's just a little bit easier. All right, Anna is checking on my mom. I think we're okay right now. One of my little pups is like, she's not trained for it, but she's like an alert dog. So, but the alarm hasn't gone off yet, so I think I'm okay in there. Jessie Ann, we are custom mixing moldable royal icing, like we did in my elective on Saturday at CookieCon. And so the great thing about this is you don't need proportions, although I did do about half a cup of a 5.5 ounce condiment cup and then a bulb and a half of water. You only mix with water. I was starting to tell you that I prefer to color it with dry powders because it doesn't change the consistency of it, where gel has, and you see how I'm just using a gloved hand and I'm getting everything out of those ridges in the bottom and I'm kneading this. Gel colors will add more moisture back to it, which will change the composition of it a little bit. So I prefer it this way. You can do it all kinds of ways. I even know that some cake people, when they're doing big batches of this, or they want it dyed all the way through, that they actually dye it with airbrush color in replacement of the water. So, I mean, you can do both. But I prefer to not do this in big batches unless I'm teaching a class. Did you hear that glove? Anyway, I prefer to not do it in big batches because one of the great things is, hey, Julie, are you the one that's on the way to rehearsal? One of the great things about this is you don't have to make the whole thing. You can just make enough for what you're working on. So see how it's starting to come together. It feels like the consistency of fondant mixed with modeling chocolate. You see it? So I'm just going to make sure there's enough in there that it's not sticky. And then I'm going to use it to pick up all these little bits and pieces. So it's important to work on a clean work area. I always try to pick up the product that falls away from it as I'm kneading it because it's product. You paid for it. So you should have it in there and use it. Now, I did accidentally, Kathy, use an edible glitter to color this, and it was great. And when it dried, it had a little shimmer and shine to it. But obviously, those are more expensive powders than regular dry dust color powders. They're usually just a little bit more. I mean, not enough to break the bank, but they are a little bit more. So if you don't want to use those, just use your Elites or your Rainbow Dust or those things. You know what I'm talking about? But it did color with the green edible luster dust that I had, green edible glitter rather. So do you see the consistency, you guys? You've seen me working it here and you see it's just pretty. And this, I'm going to just put this into a Ziploc bag, push the air out. The medium before the water, Jessie Ann, is the moldable royal icing. And you'll see that picture at the beginning of the video. I can't show you now because the bag's open. If I turn it over, a bunch is going to fall out. But it's the moldable royal icing that I did in my It's All Royal class at CookieCon. And the code is CookieConAmy10. CookieConAmy10 to get your discount tonight. Next question is, How does it compare to using moldable chocolate? Well, I think it's better for me because I have varying humidity throughout the year. So with this, I can make a bunch of these, a bunch like flowers, let's say in the springtime, and put those up. And I do them in white so I can airbrush them to different colors. So I have them ready to go when I need little accents on cookie orders. Whereas moldable royal chocolate is not a medium that I can use straight, just moldable or even moldable, or sorry, chocolate, modeling chocolate. I can't use straight modeling chocolate in the summertime. I can't even use it blended with fondant because it just disintegrates. So for me, this is a great product, and keep them thin if you're going to put them on a cookie because they do dry hard, but it gets a crust, and then it's like one of those sweet tarts, like one of those big sweet tart candies. So it's about the consistency of that when it dries. However, if you make something that's 3 or 4 inches thick because you actually sculpt a 3D form with this, then it's going to get rock hard, like you could knock someone out with it. Okay. I used to only sculpt with fondant and modeling chocolate blended. But once I discovered this product, once May told me about it and I tried some of it, this is pretty much all I use now. It has a wonderful vanilla flavor to it. It smells good. It's got a great elasticity to it. So there's lots of reasons that I prefer it. I'm going to just tuck it in here and seal it up so it doesn't dry out on me. Now, the other thing I want to tell you guys about this product is that you don't want to make a whole bunch of it if you don't have to, because obviously we've added moisture to it. So anything you add moisture to is going to be susceptible to turning bad quicker, right? Getting mold or things like that in it, where that's why this product is so great. And I showed everybody in class how to custom mix it so that you don't have to do certain measurements and make a certain amount. You can just make what you need because then you've got your dry powder stored and no issues with that. So for me, that was another huge selling point. This stuff is not overly expensive. I think it's priced appropriately, especially for what it does and what it eliminates. And it makes a ton. Like one bag of this would have done all of my colors for 110 elective bags. Plus I would have had leftover. I did mix 3 separate batches because I wanted everybody to see just how far the big bags went, but it's definitely worth a try. If you like to do flowers and use the molds to do flowers for cakes and things, I think you'll find this very nice because a Dresden tool is going to work great on this. The clay tools work great on this. I just think you'll enjoy it. Like it's really fun to play with. All right, now I am going to have to jump off here and check on my mom, but I will be back with you tomorrow. Also know that I'll be dropping stuff in the gnome group. I'm updating that to include the sugar art colors that I used on the gnome and floral because I changed the colors once I got to CookieCon and saw the new floral gel colors. They're so pretty. Like I hate to tell you guys to buy more colors because I'm always trying to keep it real simple for you to just do our cookie classes and stuff with Hobby Lobby. But in the fall, there's just certain colors that are hard for, if people aren't very good at identifying colors, then whether a khaki is a brown base or a green base looks very different to different people. They read colors differently. So for the fall, especially, I thought it might be nice to have a collected set of fall to do for the gnomes. And so I changed the color. So I'll get that updated and get that dropped in the group. And then our classes should be in by about noon. I think by noon on Saturday, I'll drop those in. Yeah, they are pretty awesome. All right. So I'm going to jump off, but hey, Sharon, I'm going to jump off, but I wanted to show you how to mix that. So watch the video from the beginning. Make sure you use that code ASAP if you want some, so that you get the discount. It was just good. Mainly was set up for this live stream. She let me give it to everybody instead of just the people that took it at CookieCon. Oh, that's the other thing. Cookie-a-thon has released the all access pass purchase ability early. It wasn't supposed to start till next week, but it actually started today. And also there's a few of the I Want It All boxes, which Nancy added this year, which come with an all access pass. And the all access pass has been updated to be for the life of Cookie-a-thon. So it's not just good for 1 year. So lots of changes there, but those links are up and pinned on my Seriously Sweet page and on my Facebook page. So if you want to check those out and help a girl out, purchase through either of those links for me. And I do earn a small commission, and that will help funding our live streams for the last quarter of the year. So I appreciate that. And this year I'm doing Mrs. Claus's Closet. So I cannot wait to see you guys. A lot of stuff coming up. I'll be updating the list. First of all, those are pinned, the affiliate links. Just click on mine. Now, if you click on mine and then click on someone else's and then purchase, the other person will get the commission. So click on my links. There's one for the box that comes with a pass, and then there's one for just the pass. But it got really confusing this morning with what was going on, so she made everything available now. So it's safe to purchase. Go grab yours. We'll talk more about that. I'm also going to update our schedule and tell you who is teaching at the 13 plus days of Halloween and the 12 plus days of Christmas. And we've added a few more people. So I'm so excited. That's going to go a little longer, both of those, than we planned. We'll talk about that later too. All right. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. It was good to see you. Thank you all for tuning in. Message me if you have any questions. I'll try to get back to you tonight or tomorrow before noon. Okay. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Have a great night.